Okay, so I was about to shoot something, but then it rained. Anyway, it's so beautiful. Yung rain, yung ganitong weather, yung hindi yung bagyo talaga, yung ganito na rain. Yan. So peaceful. Wow. Let's roll. Hello guys, I'm Katrina Giselle from Vanlife Philippines. In this video, we're gonna talk about van life, how I started van life, and all other questions about van life. Just a little background of myself. No, I'm Katrina Giselle from Dumaguete. I'm a pharmacist and a bank specialist at night at some BPO company at night. I travel with my kids and friends, and we call ourselves the Van Life Weekenders. Just a little background of my dreams, no, how I got the van and stuff like that. My humble beginnings. At a young age, I'm already a breadwinner in my family. I have 5 siblings, so I'm the eldest. During holidays and fiestas, or other celebrations, I would be tasked to bring groceries and supplies, and it's always very hard. Yeah, I can just imagine that would pay for half of the PUV because it's full of supplies, and our place isn't along the national road. I would need to transfer to a trike to get to our place, to get to Hantienon. Every time I would wait for a cab or a PUV, I would always dream of having my own ride, like a small van. I was dreaming of buying at least a small van because it's closest to reality. I couldn't afford this nice rides. I'm only living from paycheck to paycheck, and a tiny minivan is closest to reality. That feeling of being so close to your dream sometimes is always the best feeling. So when I got a second job at some BPO company, I was able to save up to buy a van. So that's how I got the van. I got this Suzuki DA62 at my aunt's workplace. Her boss is buying and selling surplus trucks and vans, including this one. So they had this assembled. They got this from Japan. They had this assembled. They had this shipped from Japan, then had it assembled. And yeah, the van is quite pricey to some, but for me it's just right because it's newly assembled and it has air conditioned system on it. So I think 215,000 that I paid for it is just right. So how I started van life. It started with me being a van sleeper for about a year. Yes, I've been a van sleeper for about a year because with me having 2 jobs, lack of sleep is always a drawback. It's a luxury. Sleep is a luxury. So when my cousin and I discovered how to fold down the seats, passenger seats, I right away put down the mattress on it, and that's the start of our so-called van life. Ideas just kept flowing. And another question here, yes, so why van life? Well, van life for me is a break. Especially van life travel is a break from my day-to-day stress, since I'm having 2 jobs. A break from a busy week, super busy week. I'm a single mom too, so I have to tend to my kids. It's like a recharge button for me to start another productive week. Why van life? The most practical reason is how it gives me a comfortable space to rest wherever I go to. It's definitely time saving rather than compete with the daily commuters. And since I already have my bed here, I can just sleep on my breaks and whenever I want to or wherever I go. Oh, another reason, the most you're gonna love this, low travel expenses. Yes, since I've been traveling with my van, my travel expenses has been cut down to, I mean, I usually spend around 5,000 on my travel expenses. 5,000, that's the, at least 5,000 for my travel expenses. So when I get the van, it's down to about 1,000. Yes, I'm really saving a lot because I don't need to look for a hotel. I already have the bed here. I can just find a spot. And for my food, I can cook here. Like, I can do everything. I mean, I also have my Wi-Fi. Van life isn't for everyone. Yes, I agree to that. Of course, we need to have stable income to be able to afford at least for gas or barge fare to cross islands. When my BPO job offered for a work from home, I tried working from the van, but you know, the internet here in the Philippines is always it's always it hinders me from continuing. I actually love being alone and working inside my van. It's so I super love it. I super love it working inside a van. You can just park on a beautiful spot and then work from there. It's so liberating. It doesn't seem like work. Okay, so another question, how does it impact your kids? Oh, they're super stoked. My kids are stoked with van life. Yes, van life is freedom. Van life is freedom, or at least how it should be, or how it was projected online. But my fear with traveling with them is whenever they getting dengue because we usually park at some random place, and getting dengue is one of my fears. Yeah. And also a comfortable toilet option for them. I'm glad that I was able, because at first I was really having a hard time for my toilet option. I mean, not for me but for my kids, because they're not used to it. So I had to teach them how to do it the camper way. A good thing, they learn so fast. Yeah, they adapt easily. One advantage, there's a lot of pros with exposing your kids to van life. I have a 7 and a 12-year-old, and they already know a lot of budget travel tips. If we have like a weekend plan, I would just tell them, and then they would pack on their own. Yeah, even my 7-year-old can do that. He packs on his own. Also, I'm happy and proud that I'm teaching my kids minimalism, especially eco minimalism, because when kids have less, they tend to value things more. You know, it's giving them responsibility over stuff, over their toys or whatever it is that they have. They tend to value it more if they have less. Another question here is, how much did you spend for the conversion? Well, I spent around 5,000 or less, I guess, because for the labor we just did it ourselves. And for this one, this is a wooden pallet from my this is a wooden pallet that I got from a friend. Then I cleaned it and stained it. It looks pretty good. And this ceiling, it provides insulation. My grandmom gave it to me. It's pretty nice. And because my design is I want to have this rustic feel. and Filipino vibe on my design. So that's why I have this what is this mat, banig. And for the woodworks, I know the cheap, not really cheap, but quality, I know where to buy those. I know where I could buy stuff. So I got a discount, somehow a discount, and also know people. With my electricity option, I have the ProMate 240S power station. I made a separate video about that. You can check it out. It's my, I name it Vanlife without solar, so you can check that out. So another question here: why such a small van? I already mentioned that I didn't really thought of having van life at first, or this lifestyle at first, but when I thought about it, having a small van is suits me well because I can go over traffic. I mean, Dumaguete is a small city, but the traffic is really bad. Like, paunahan talaga. Tapos na pag walang sorry, this is Tagalog, okay? Pag walang, ano ba yan? Hindi na naman ako marunong mag-Tagalog. Oh my gosh. Paunhanay dire. Bisaya na lang, no? So, traffic kayo dire. Dayon, usahay, walay tigbantay, walay traffic aid. So, unhanay, gid na. Kung ikaw padugay-dugay ka, dugay gid ka, mahuman, maabot. By the way, I'm Bisaya, guys. Yeah, from Dumaguete. We are Bisaya here in Dumaguete. So, it definitely suits me well, especially with traffic, and also I like it as stealthy as possible, so people wouldn't know that I'm inside if I'm doing something like edit a video, or yeah, I can just park and sleep. So your future plans? I'm planning on converting this van so I could give it to, I'm planning to give it to my brother because and, oh, by the way, I have a secret, guys. At nighttime, okay, at nighttime, my brother is using this to sell tempura and squid roll, and also he has a mini 7-Eleven, yes, in the back here. So we would like divide, like 1/4 is for him and 3/4 is for me, so I could rest during my break time. 1/4 is for him so he can put all his goodies there and then sell tempura, cook tempura in the back. So I'm planning to give this out to him so he can at least have by the way, he's only, I think, 18 years old, 19. He is in maritime school in Bohol, but right now, since it's lockdown, he's here and is doing nothing. So I suggested maybe you can do this, you can start up a small business, and that's what he's doing right now. I'm planning to give this out to him so he can he can continue, he can start small with his business. I'm planning to buy at least a Delica, I guess, so I can, because with this van I can't go off-road. Yeah, super scared if I don't want it I don't want to be stuck. So I'm planning on getting a Delica, an off-road, a 4x4 Delica, I guess. That's what I can afford. But my future plans, 5 years from now, I guess, yeah, I would have probably be having this awesome lifestyle still in a different van, yeah. But 10 years, ask me 10 years from now. Yeah, 10 years from now, I will be traveling to Europe. Yes, hindi masamang mangarap, guys. It's not, yeah, I know I have a lot of I kind of know the van lifers. I kind of know a lot of van lifers in Malaysia. Singapore and Malaysia, I kind of know them already, and they, they're planning on going to Europe. I think I can do that too. I don't know. Yeah, those are my future plans. I hope I don't get a boyfriend. My God, I hope I don't get a boyfriend so I can, I hope I don't get a boyfriend so I can live my life. No, no offense to those getting a boyfriend. Yeah, that's another question here. Where's my husband? I don't have a husband. We were never married. I lived with him for a few years. I guess we lived together for 10 years. I guess 10 years. But we had this big fight. Yeah, and it turned out pretty bad. I was battered, and then there was, it's so complicated. I don't want to talk about it, but that's why I don't want to get a boyfriend or whatever. I want to live my life. I've never lived my life the way I am in the past 10 years, like how I should have lived it the past 10 years. So I'm loving this culture, this van life culture, and the van life community is very supportive. By the way, shout out to Phobikins, shout out to Sir Denmark, shout out to Pastor from Palawan, and also to Tito Jerry in Hawaii. He's stuck in Hawaii right now, but he already has a converted van. I'm so excited for them coming here in the Philippines, especially with his wife. And also there's also a van lifer in Davao, and Surbong, is that Surbong, I guess, and also Sparks Aquino from Bacolod. He's buying out a new van. So the community is getting big, and I'm so excited. Once this pandemic is over, we can have a meet. We can meet them on the road, or probably. So join this. I encourage you guys to join this lifestyle. If you have an old van, let's convert it. Yeah, I encourage you to convert it. Join this community. Join our community, guys.